Hello and welcome. Today we're in the Tier 8 Japanese aircraft carrier, the Kaga, specifically Kaga Black Edition. Turns out that before today I had not actually played the Black Edition despite having her for a really long time. I had recently been playing Kaga, so I figured I'd take the Black Edition out for a spin as well. So, we're playing a Tier 8 match on the map Two Brothers, no Tier 10 ships, which means the CV should be really effective. And the strategy to playing Kaga is basically to use your torpedo bombers all the time. You'll sometimes use dive bombers to deal with destroyers, or if your torpedo bombers have somehow run out, and you never use rocket planes. The only time you launch rocket planes is if you accidentally misclick on the one button. So, the plan here was to fly towards the enemy, get somewhat close, and drop a fighter plane. I don't have fighter spec'd in any way, so I don't expect them to be effective at defending against the enemy CV. Also, the Saipan seems to be on the other side anyway, so I'm mostly going to use it for spotting. The plan is to strike the Chapayev, and maybe we can do 2 strikes, probably with a heal. I think we can. And hopefully that'll deal a whole bunch of damage that ends up crippling the ship. I think I led a little too much. I didn't expect the Chapayev to slow down, so I'm gonna miss some of those torps, but I think it'll be alright. Yeah, it's fine. We missed 2 of them, but on the follow-up we should land more torpedoes. Hopefully all 4, but probably more like 3. Okay, I'm a little worried about this. So, maybe she's trying to sneak around to strike me. I'm gonna fly a little to the side and... Fun and engaging on the Chapayev. Detonation, just like that. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter how many torpedoes we hit, huh? Anyway, I'm worried that the CV might come to strike me to try to go fly around, so I dropped my fighter on myself. Although it does seem that she was just gonna strike the Constellation. Still, it is something to worry about because Tier 8 CVs don't have a lot of protection. Their anti-air is actually not that powerful. You can definitely CV snipe, but it just takes so damn long because you need to fly your planes over there, and you usually only get 1 strike, or no, you usually only get 1 strike on the enemy. Okay, let's find ourselves a battleship to drop. Oh, the Tippets! That's pretty perfect. Especially one that's already broadside too. I don't know if I can do 2 drops with the Vladivostok being here, because I don't have a heal available. Oh, I think I dropped a little too close. One of those torpedoes I think won't arm in time. Oh, fighter's locked on, so I pulled back immediately. Oh no! I landed all the torps and caused 2 flooding, so that's basically guaranteed Damacon, right? No, she's still flooding. Oh, okay, that's excellent news. That just means more damage. She's still flooding. Wow. Do I even strike the Tippets again? Oh, a Z-23 right here. And our Bismarck is in a little bit of trouble. Should I drop on the... Yeah, let's drop on the Z-23, I think. Because the Tippets is flooding anyway, right? Ooh, and Z-23 is smoking. So yeah, let's definitely try dropping on her. Usually destroyers don't seem to get out of their smoke screens quickly enough when you do drop them. Although, sometimes you can just miss. I do try to spread the drop out a little bit, so to cover more area, but she will have to leave that smoke screen to avoid it, to avoid the torps, I think. We actually landed 2 torpedoes on her. Wow. Damn, that's excellent. Here I make a bit of a mistake. I want to drop on the Tippets, but she's actually turning in. I should have flown away and gone to the other side to strike the Tippets. Right now, I can basically only hit 1 torpedo on her. Maximum maybe 2. So it was kind of a waste of planes. Anyway, the Vladivostok seems to be pushing up a little bit. I'm thinking of moving my CV away though, because if you read the minimap, their western side has a Massachusetts, a Vladivostok, a Tippets, a Kiev, a Z-23. Our western side has a Maka, a Cleveland, a Tippets, and that's it. So I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna follow the big group I have to the eastern side, because it seems that we're gonna push through on that side pretty easily. So one of the reasons why I think I won quite a lot while playing the Kaga is because I keep hammering the same target to try to take out pushes and other such things. So effectively, I try to hit really, really hard to make enemies reconsider pushes that they're doing, and to then also usually take out targets early. This time I'm not taking them out quite as much. I'm more focused on doing damage, which actually probably isn't the greatest idea. Because if you're trying to actually win, taking out enemies as quickly as you can is usually the most important thing to do. Anyway, the Vladivostok clearly used her damage control party, so if we get a flooding on this follow-up drop, that should be extremely helpful. And now we use some more torpedo bombers. Because torpedo bombers are basically the only reasonable way to deal damage. Dive bombers also deal some, but they tend to be much worse at it. Also, Vladivostok got flooded, which means that she has an uncontrollable flood for the next while. I'm wondering whether I should strike the Vladivostok again, or maybe the Tirpitz. I mean, it would be good to try to finish the Vladivostok off, but she is kinda angling against me. Or maybe I could go after that North Carolina. Wait, where's this? Oh no, the Z-23 is actually coming through the middle. That's a bit of a problem for me, because as you can see, I'm right in front of the middle portion. Anyway, let's go strike the Vladivostok again. I'm gonna move slightly at a different angle to get further away, because the Z-23 is definitely gonna be able to engage me. Yeah, I'm already surface spotted. I'm gonna do my 2 drops here, then launch dive bombers and go try striking the Z-23. Right now, I don't think I'm at too much of a risk, because it takes a while to actually sink CVs with destroyer guns. Oh wow! One of the torpedoes actually did not arm because the Vladivostok was turning in. That's a bit surprising. But anyway, she got flooded, so she had to use damage control, I think. And then we do a follow-up, but now we switch gears to fight the Z-23. And obviously use dive bomb. Oh, another flooding. Wait, does that mean she has a perma-flood now? No! What? How? Oh, maybe she has the special captain. Anyway, let's focus on the Z-23. Come on! Oh, we actually hit. So, when you drop a destroyer with dive bombers, it's kind of a gamble. But here I decide not to do a follow-up on the Z-23 because, well, Vladivostok clearly has used damage control parties and whatnot. She can't have another one, so I'm gonna try to set her on fire again. Although I suspect it's not gonna work, because the angle of attack was extremely bad. Yeah, and now she's turning in, it's quite poor. But maybe we'll get lucky. No, no fires. Oh well, that's fine. Okay, what do I do now? The destroyer is in the smoke screen, so I launched torpedo bombers. Oh, never mind. She was actually already taken out. Think we can avoid those tarps if we just flush out our CV? Yeah, no, we can definitely avoid those. Easy dodge. And now we should just get closer to the enemy again. Try to focus on... I think we actually do need to sink this Vladivostok. Really, seriously. I've been kind of lagging, or I've been kind of slacking on that front. I've been mostly farming damage with my floodings and whatnot. Usually my flooding luck is not this good, but this time it's been pretty awesome. Also, another thing, something that I'm not very good at is using the engine boost. I think you should use engine boosts very liberally, especially at the start of the game. I'm gonna pull back because my fighter... No, actually no, I don't have to pull back right now. I have a heal available. So if the fighters lock, I'm gonna use heal. This way the planes survive the fighter lock. Yep, see, we only lost 1 plane there. Okay, look, she's at 2000 HP. I'm not gonna drop her again. Yeah, see? Lenin finished her off. We're gonna go drop the Hipper instead. So if you have a heal available, if you time it correctly, you can survive a fighter lock-on pretty easily. But usually when I get a fighter lock, I just pull back. Come on, we only need 2 hits here, right? Come on, Hipper. I'm gonna turn around the other way just in case to try to do a follow-up. Oh no, she actually avoided it. Damn. Oh no, she still got hit, but only by 1. She has 400 HP. I'm gonna just drop it immediately and just hope that maybe it does something, because that plane would have probably been shot down if I tried to aim it better. Anyway, next strike, but now we've also already lost some of our reserves. So in chat somebody said that they were surprised that the Saipan wasn't taken out. So clearly she has to be low HP, so wait, what? So you can look on the minimap, you can see 2 cruisers and stuff, or maybe a battleship somewhere around there dead, and some of them have to be my allies. How did they manage to not deal any damage to the Saipan though? Well, I'm definitely not gonna bother with her since she is full HP. It's much better to take out to deal damage to surface ships, because my team can actually capitalize on it. But now I'm in a bit of a tricky situation though. See, there's nothing over here on my side. So if the enemy really pushed, it's possible for them to threaten. But right now they're so far from me that I don't worry about it. So I'm just gonna sit there. I really want to sit bow towards wherever I'm flying my planes, because that makes launching planes faster and that means I get in more strikes. Okay, Tepet seems to be broadside and she seems to be running from whatever's behind her, which means that she is unlikely to try to turn very aggressively. Therefore I should be able to get her broadside and get some pretty decent drops in. Okay, I'm surface spotted, I'm plane spotted. Okay, well, let's just reverse away from here. Keeping my bow pointed towards where I'm trying to attack is important. So let's go with torpedo bombers again. Let's try to strike the North Carolina, I suppose. And maybe then try to finish off the Hipper as well. Because for some reason she still hasn't been finished off. Seriously, what the hell? Figured somebody would take an errant shot at her. She has 400 HP. Now, leaving the Hipper alive isn't that big of a deal, because she doesn't have a heal. She can't heal up again to then suddenly be a big threat later. All she can do is sometimes fire her guns. Okay, Saipan's back behind her island, but we're more focused on the North Carolina, and that was a pretty poor, I don't know if you could even call it a dodge of flak. Anyway, let's go after the Hipper then. Although I really should probably strike the NC again. But I didn't cause a flood, so I don't feel it's as important. And oh my god, there's a Kiev coming next to my ship. That's really bad news, because I don't think I can turn around. I'm gonna drop immediately. Or well, I should drop immediately and pull back. Yeah, look at the path the CV is taking to actually go through there. It's never gonna happen, right? And I can't keep reversing either because of the island. Kiev is gonna get torps on me, and I'm already at half HP. So, dive bombers it is, because this is gonna be sketchy. I'm definitely gonna have to dodge some torps here. This is the second destroyer that has been able to... I don't know if you could call it sneak up on me, because I'm pretty sure I knew she was coming. By the way, look at that drop again, okay? Look where I lock the indicator. See, the destroyer slides outwards a little bit. And that's really important when you're trying to line up your drop. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn in a little bit because I think Kiev has already launched torps, or will in a very soon. Okay, let's try again on the drop. What she really should... Actually, I wanted to say what she really should do is just stop. Stay broadside and just keep shelling me, but I suppose it does bring a risk, because maybe I'll get some lucky drops, or luckier than... Oh my god, 3 hits! Oh, and we avoided the torpedoes! Yes! Okay. Let's turn the other way, because Kiev is obviously gonna keep doing that circle. This isn't gonna be a very good drop, I think. Oh no! Kiev didn't keep turning! She went straight. That's a mistake. She should have kept turning. Because it gets difficult to line up a drop like that. I'm gonna try to keep my bow towards her. I'm gonna slow down here so that I can immediately drop once the planes are ready. Because I can't drop right now, right? There's no indicator yet. And I can do it now. Come on. Ooh, a secondary hit. 145 HP on her. Come on. Yes! Yes! We actually landed the bomb, not the secondary hit. So, that's 700 HP more than I actually needed, right? and the set of torps, but because we started turning in earlier, we avoided it. Oh, and the Saipan is right here, so I'm gonna fly out a little bit, drop a fighter for vision for my teammates. Like this, so that once I finish my drop, because once I do the attack, the Saipan fighters are gonna lock on, and then my planes will get shot down. So then I'm gonna switch to another plane type, but my allies should still see the enemy, right? It's not the greatest for farming damage, I suppose, though. Because look, they can see the enemy now, which means that... Actually, they probably would have seen it from the Xianyang anyway, but still. This is one of those let's try to actually win the game maneuvers. Spotting is incredibly vital, and putting the fighter planes in the right spots can be extremely useful. I don't know if I can actually strike with my torpedo bombers here, because it looks like she's gonna die before that. Yeah, come on, I was 2.5 kilometers away. But that's alright, nobody was close to actually a Kraken. That's, by the way, why I even checked tab. I wanted to see if anybody was close to a Kraken, so I would abort the attack even if I could do that strike. Because hey, some people really like Krakens. I don't... Personally, it doesn't matter as much to me if I get them, but it's still nice to get. So, 214k damage, sank 3 ships, got a detonation on an enemy, a high caliber. Wait, 2471 base XP? With number 2 on our team being 1426? Wow. Well, apparently Kaga is pretty good, especially the Black Edition. So yeah, use torpedo bombers. 153k damage from the torps. The torpedo bombers and the dive bombers are good against destroyers. You're not getting guaranteed hits, but you're likely to get hits if you line the drops up properly. And rocket planes, try to never launch them. They do have one purpose, you get extra fighters from it, but other than that, rocket planes are pretty pointless. They're slow, they deal very little damage, and they're pretty difficult to hit with. Captain skills wise, air supremacy, improved engines, then aircraft armor, survivability expert, proximity fuse, site stabilization, and torpedo bomber. And then improved engine boost for the last point. I don't really know what order you should take them in, but this seems to be on the Kaga to be one of the best builds. Upgrades wise, flight control, torpedo bomber HP obviously, then torpedo bomber or torpedo speed, aircraft engines, and air groups modification 1. Effectively, you boost everything that's torpedo bomber related on the Kaga. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.